January 2nd, St. Macarius of Alexandria. Macarius, when a youth, left his fruit stall at Alexandria to join the great St. Anthony. The patriarch, warned by a miracle of his disciple's sanctity, named him the heir of his virtues. His life was one long conflict with self. "I am tormenting my tormentor," replied he to one who met him bent double with a basket of sand in the heat of the day. "Whenever I am slothful and idle, I am pestered by desires for distant travel." When he was quite worn out, he returned to his cell. Since sleep at times overpowered him, he kept watch for 20 days and nights. Being about to faint, he entered his cell and slept, but henceforth slept only at will. A gnat stung him. He killed it. In revenge for this softness, he remained naked in a marsh till his body was covered with noxious bites, and he was recognized only by his voice. Once, when thirsty, he received a present of grapes, but passed them untouched to a hermit who was toiling in the heat. This one gave them to a third, who handed them to a fourth. Thus the grapes went the round of the desert, and returned to Macarius, who thanked God for his brethren's abstinence. Macarius saw demons assailing the hermits at prayer. They put their fingers into the mouths of some and made them yawn. They closed the eyes of others and walked upon them when asleep. They placed vain and sensual images before many of the brethren, and then mocked those who were captivated by them. None vanquished the devils effectually, save those who by constant vigilance repelled them at once. Macarius visited one hermit daily for 4 months, but never could speak to him, as he was always in prayer, so he called him an angel on earth. After being many years superior, Macarius fled in disguise to St. Pachomius to begin again as his novice. But St. Pachomius, instructed by a vision, bade him return to his brethren who loved him as their father. In his old age, thinking nature tamed, he determined to spend 5 days alone in prayer. On the 3rd day, the cell seemed on fire, and Macarius came forth. God permitted this delusion, he said, lest he be ensnared by pride. At the age of 73, he was driven into exile and brutally outraged by the Arian heretics. He died A.D. 394. Reflection. Prayer is the breath of the soul, but St. Macarius teaches us that mind and body must be brought into subjection before the soul is free to pray.